up sleeping what the fools do. You got 3 eyes, but you only used 2.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Good Dad here. And today we got ourselves another video. We're gonna do some things a little different this time. You dig? So today, the question has been posed, of which we already know the answer. But the debate is this. Is it okay for a bitter baby mama to keep the kids away from the dad during the holidays, even though she ain't got shit going on? So we're gonna react to a video from the Frankie and Rochelle show. So shout out to them, Frankie and Rochelle. Go check them out. And we're gonna react to their opinions about it. You know, it's a man and a woman, so it should be some good insight. But before we continue, I want you to smash that like button for me.
Push the goddamn button!
That'll keep the video algorithmating.
What did he say?
I want you to subscribe if you like the content, you want to see more. And if you down with us, and you down with the nuclear family, and you down with the man, the woman, and the child in the household, taking care of these kids, then I want to see family emojis down in the comments. Let me know that you got that life. But other than that, let's get it popping.
Is it wrong to keep your child from their dad over the holidays?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Especially when his new wife is the one he cheated with?
Ooh.
Let's unpack this bad boy.
Ooh, it's a lot to unpack here. All right, so let's...
So as it seems on their show, they, the listeners or watchers or, you know, people that watch their show, they give a comment and they address the situation. So, in this instance, there's a bitter baby mama and she asked the question, you know, is it okay for her to keep the kids with her during the holidays because she don't want the child to be over there with the dad and the new lady? This is why we say misery love company, because you know that child gonna want to go over there and have some fun and enjoy the holidays and not be with you and be miserable too. Let that kid go over there with their dad.
Back here. All right, so let's just get into today's post, which says, I need some advice. Am I wrong for keeping my son with me during the holidays? His dad wants him over there with him and his new wife. Yes, the one he cheated on me with. My son says he likes being there, but I told him no, he has to stay with me, even if I don't have anything planned.
Oh, I'm beating your ass.
Slow down. So here again, folks, we have a classic bitter female that she just wants her way, and it's gonna be her way or the highway, and she'll go through anybody until she's satisfied with the situation. That includes the child. A woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness. It's a damn shame, but it's the damn truth.
Planned. Co-parenting feels impossible when someone who left me for someone else doesn't stick to the rules. So, do I stick to my decision, or should I consider what my son wants more? Any advice would be appreciated.
And this is another problem that we have in the black community, okay? You hear the way she talks, where she says, should I consider my child's feelings? To even considering your child's feelings is a big problem. You should always consider everyone's feelings that are around you. And I'm speaking to the black community because I'm a part of it. So I've seen this firsthand time and time again. I even went through it myself. These children are people, they are alive, they matter, and they have feelings, and their feelings matter. And if you treat them like they don't, they will grow to resent you. Check back check a few of my old videos and find out what you be dealing with when you treat these kids like crap. And then they grow up and then they react to what you did to them, or they become a product of their environment. You're gonna have to live with that. So be careful.
Whew.
All
right.
Frankie, you can kick this one off, my brother.
Here's the deal. I get you're mad, and honestly, who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
Dude cheated, left you, and now he's playing happy family with someone else. But let me tell you something. This isn't about you or your ex.
Right.
It's about your son.
Right.
He's caught in the crossfire of co-parenting after divorce. Do you really want to be the one who makes the holidays miserable for him? Keeping him home out of spite is like serving cold leftovers from the past. If the kid...
That's a good question. But do you think she cares? Myself, honestly, I don't think she does care. I think she doesn't care at all. And that's why she even sent this comment into the show, most likely hoping that maybe the woman will agree with her and try to make it seem like what she's doing isn't really too bad. You know, most women live by that girl code. So I don't think she cares at all. I think she's trying to find a way to reason with herself and justify her actions.
If the kid wants to be with his dad and you've got nothing planned, why punish him? It's hard, but co-parenting isn't about dealing with a difficult ex. Whether it's a wife or husband, it's about making sure your son feels loved. Even if that means swallowing your pride, life after divorce means doing what's best for him, not for your hurt feelings.
Let's say it again for the people in the back. Not for your hurt feelings. So what y'all bitter baby mamas have to understand is there's a skill that you must acquire, and it's called stoicism. And I know it's very difficult. It goes against everything in your nature. But essentially what it means is to not let your emotions consume you, and to think rationally and logically when making life-changing decisions. Because you can't make a life-changing decision based off of temporary feelings and emotions. Because once you come down off your emotional high and you got a little bit of a sense of rationality kicking in, it's already too late, and you done dug a hole, and it's more than 6 feet deep. And most women is only like 5, 6. You know what I'm saying? So you keep digging that hole, you're gonna find yourself buried in a slew of nonsense created by your emotions. So develop a skill of stoicism, ladies. I know it's hard, but practice makes perfect.
Feelings. So do you really want to be that mom?
No, ma'am.
That
you
mom.
Don't. You don't.
Let's get real for a second.
No, she don't. And girl, let me just tell you, I get it. You're sitting there like, oh, so now I'm just supposed to let him go play house with the woman who wrecked my house. No, honey. But here's the tea. Your son is not worried about all that drama. He's not. He just wants to be happy, whether it's at your house, whether it's at his daddy's new house. And keeping him with you just because you're mad at your ex, that's not the move, boo, at all. Co-parenting after divorce is already trash. It's already hard. But making your son suffer because you're still heated? Sis, you don't want to end up like one of those bitter ex-wives. I know you don't, because divorce happened. Yes, it did. Life after divorce is messy. Yes, it is. But you got to learn how to rise above all that. Trust me. Letting your son go over there doesn't mean you're the one who's losing. It means you're the one who's grown enough to put him first, even when it hurts. Sometimes, babe, you got to just suck it right on up, period.
Suck it up, queen.
Suck it up, boo.
Now, here's the cold, hard truth. Holding on to that anger is like trying to drive a car with the parking brake on. You ain't going nowhere, sis.
Nay way.
Your ex messed up, but your son isn't the one who should pay for that.
Yeah.
Co-parenting after divorce means you've got to let go of the idea that everything has to be your way, especially when your son has expressed what he wants.
Ooh, can you handle that? Can you handle something not being your way? For the sake of your child? I wonder.
He wants. Listen, you might not have any grand holiday plans, but locking him down with you just to keep him from his dad is like punishing him for your ex's mistakes.
Yeah.
You've got two choices. Play the victim, like a lot of women do, or show your, now let me one more time. Play the victim or show that you're grown and a grown-ass woman who can handle life after divorce.
Well,
Dealing with a difficult
I'll take playing the victim for $500, Alex.
Dealing with a difficult ex-wife or husband is never fun, but in the end, what's more important? Sticking it to your ex or making sure your son has the best holiday possible?
you said a whole sermon right over there with that. Let's just continue to keep it real for a second. I know that this young lady is probably thinking, why should I let my son go play Happy Holidays with his daddy and his new woman? I mean, the nerve, right? But sis, just keeping him with you because you don't want him around them, that's definitely a recipe for resentment. And not just from your ex, but from your son as well.
And that's what I said. It goes right back to what I said. Your child will resent you for the thing that you do out of spite to their father, sacrificing them in the meantime. They will grow to resent it. They will never forget it. And once they become an adult and they get up enough courage to stand up for themselves, you're gonna know. You're gonna know loud and clear. And it ain't gonna be nothing that you can do about it, because by then, these kids will be adults. And you're gonna be alone with cats and kittens. Maybe a couple of birds.
Son as well. Co-parenting after divorce isn't about who's right or who's got done wrong. It's about what's best for the baby boy. Sure, life after divorce is tough. Of course it is. But don't let that hurt make you lose sight of what matters the most. You think keeping him with you is protecting him, but...
No. See, we're not gonna let that slide. You keeping them with you is not protecting them. And you don't think it's protecting them. You ain't protecting them from nothing. You're just being spiteful, you're being bitter, you're being vindictive, nothing more, nothing less, and you know it. And you don't care about how upset your child is, sitting there in their room, pouting because it's the holidays and they can't have no fun, because they gotta sit here and be miserable with miserable, bitter baby mama.
Him. But it's only making co-parenting harder for everyone involved. You got to rise above that, sis. Send him to his dad's. Let him have his fun. And then you can sit on your back porch, sip your tea, and be the bigger person. Trust me, there is nothing more satisfying than knowing that you a grown-ass woman making grown-ass decisions when you really don't want to.
Okay, can I tell her what she needs to do?
Go ahead and let her know.
All right, here's what you need to do. First, take a deep breath and remind yourself that this is about your son, not about getting back at your ex.
Yeah.
Co-parenting after divorce requires playing the long game, not letting temporary emotions make permanent decisions. The next step, let your son go for the holidays.
Yeah.
Show him that you're putting his happiness first, even when it's hard. Then use that time to focus on you, boo. Start creating new traditions, even if it's just for yourself. And don't worry, Life after divorce doesn't mean you're losing anything by letting your ex have some time.
Yeah.
In
That's not a bad idea neither. That's actually a very good idea, because the idle mind is the devil's playground. Find something to do with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, make some new traditions. Start an activity. Go call somebody else. Go call a friend. Call one of your sisters. Call somebody. Go hang out with somebody. Don't just sit and sulk in your bitterness and your anger and your sadness and all of these emotions that's going to be gone in the next 24 hours or something like that. Go find something to do. Distract yourself so you can get it off of your mind. That way, you won't be so bitter. And make it a habit, because practice makes perfect.
some time. In fact, you're showing everyone involved that you can rise above the mess and keep it moving. That's how to win.
Win.
Let go of the past and focus on what's really important. Your son's well-being.
Yep. Well said.
Not just his well-being, but more specifically, his mental well-being. Because all of these things that happen in the younger years are traumatic and profound to children. So these are things that they will never, ever, ever forget. They will always be in the back of their mind, and they're always going to analyze. And by the time they grow up into adult, they're going to see things from a different perspective. And once they gain that different perspective, their opinion of these events in their lives is going to completely change, and they're going to come to their own conclusion. And that conclusion may be, oh, mom was doing this shit just to get in my dad, but she put me through all of that just to get through my dad. What about me? But y'all don't think about that.
Yep. Well said. Well said. So, sis, here's what you got to do next. I'm going to give you a couple of steps here. First step, stop stressing.
Stop it.
You know what's right, so just do it. Let your son go enjoy his time with his dad and take this holiday time to focus on you. I'm talking about bubble baths. I'm talking about wine and maybe a little solo holiday treat for yourself, a shopping spree, something like that. Co-parenting after divorce is very hard. We've said that multiple times, but it doesn't have to steal your joy. Start building your own new traditions. And who knows, next year, your son might be begging to stay with you at the house because of all the fun y'all having together. Life after divorce is all about balance, right? And letting go of the little things is also.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop the content right there, folks. You get the gist of it. So, ladies, in a nutshell, you know, so when you're going through these things, you're going through these events in your life where all you can think about is how to make this man hurt. You need to understand that he probably don't even give a shit. You know what I'm saying? If he moved on, then he probably moved on. The one that you are hurting is your child, is your son, and yourself. Because you're taking away quality time from your child with his son, and he need that. He need that. He need that for development. He need that to prosper in his life, to develop his manhood, his masculinity, you know what I'm saying, to be able to control his emotions. He needs that tutelage from his father. So everything that you're doing is purely detrimental. There are no benefits to what you're doing except your fleeting emotions. But that's it for today's video. You know what I'm saying? Do me a favor, smash the like button.
Push the goddamn button!
You know what I'm saying? So we can keep the algorithm mating.
What did he say?
You feel me? I want you to hit the subscribe button if you like the content, you want to see more. It's a stupid ass. And if you're down with us, you're down with the nuclear family, you're down with the man and the woman and the child in the household, and we take care of these kids, I want to see family emojis in the comments. Family emojis. Man, woman, and child. That's what we're about. The nuclear family. Good dad gang shit over here. And I'll catch you on the next one.
Wake up, sleeping what the fools do. You got 3 eyes, but you only used 2.